Manifestation is, I think, a very fascinating concept that confuses a lot of people because it seems kind of witchcrafty and weird and woo woo. But believe it or not, that is how I built my dream physique. Manifestation. Really weird, but I'm going to explain exactly what I mean and how I did it. But a little bit of a backstory first. I used to be out of shape, very, very out of shape, and very, very clueless and kind of dumb, making a lot of mistakes and just not knowing what I was doing. I think at one point I was eating 700 calories a day and intake 700 calories, thinking that doing that will help me lose fat faster. And obviously, that's terribly unhealthy and not how that works. But those were the types of mistakes that I was making, monumental mistakes. So, keeping that in mind, just so that you know how bottom of the barrel I was mentally on how much I knew about fitness, but I always told myself that I will achieve my dream physique. I saw all these guys online who had built their dream physique and had built huge muscles or they're shredded, whatever. And I told myself, I'm going to do that too. And just by telling myself that I was going to get there, I was able to kind of shift my identity to being the guy who already had the physique. And by shifting that identity to being the guy who already has the physique, as a result, my behavior started changing. I started doing things right. I started researching. I started trying new things when old things weren't working. And essentially, that's what I mean by manifestation. Manifestation is as simple as changing your identity so that your behavior changes as a result of the identity change. So, for example, if I'm like out of shape or whatever, like I was, and I'm like, I'm gonna build a physique that is very aesthetic. So, by manifesting that, I essentially just took in the identity of the guy who already has the physique I want. And as a result, I started behaving in the correct way that was aligned with the goal that I wanted. And that is how manifestation works. And it is as simple as changing your identity, which then changes your behavior, which then gets you the result. And so that's literally as simple as it was. And I don't see anyone talking about stuff like that as much as they should, I think, because I think a lot of people go around and say, eat this, eat that, train like this, train like that, but it doesn't matter if you can't stick to something and if you don't have that passion and drive to keep going. And I believe that manifestation, in the way that I've just described it, is the method to do this. So, in short, you can literally manifest anything you want, not just your dream physique, just by picking up the identity of the person who already has what you want, and then by identifying as that person, you will then act in accordance with the goal that you want. And that is how I built my dream physique when I was out of shape. I literally just was like, I'm going to get that, and I am the guy who has that. And I started behaving in the right way, and look what you have it. That's not even a right saying, but I did it by manifestation. And that's how you can do it as well. Thank you for watching.